A 5-year-old girl is now recovering after investigators say her own dad shot her.
The Pasco County Sheriff's Office says that man shot and killed his wife, then himself. Reporter Eric Waxler has more on what led to the violence and how potential victims can protect themselves.
Now this child's going to have to carry this for the rest of their lives. Every time they talk about Christmas season, she's going to remember this horrific time.
A 5-year-old girl is left without both of her parents after a domestic violence attack. The Pasco Sheriff's Office is not naming those involved, but says a man showed up at his wife's home in Land O'Lakes last night, shot and killed her, then fired at his daughter. Investigators say the bullet went through the girl's arm and she is recovering at the hospital. They say the man then shot and killed himself. The man had been arrested for domestic violence against his wife in August, which led her to file an injunction.
It's the most heartbreaking and gut-wrenching tragedy that you can experience in a community.
Mindy Murphy runs the Spring of Tampa Bay Domestic Violence Center. She says filing a domestic violence injunction is just one step, and they also need to make sure victims have a safety plan in place.
Changing up the way you drive, to and from work, changing the time of day that you pick your kids up. There's so many things, but they're unique to each individual survivor.
She says some abusers back off when a domestic violence injunction is filed, but for others, it can set them off.
We're trying to tease out, a thinking process about if I do this, then this might be the end result. And so how can I change that result so that I'm safer?
Pasco Sheriff Chris Nacco says domestic violence and mental health cases are constant. And just yesterday, they had 8 suicide calls, 2 ending in death.
With everything going on in our country, the economy, the stress is going on, social media, we're seeing the mental health calls escalating. We're also scared to death because we know domestic violence calls unfortunately tend to go up during this holiday season.
Spring of Tampa Bay and most domestic violence centers around the state have attorneys that can help with the process of filing an injunction. Murphy says as a society, we need to do a better job at holding abusers accountable and supporting survivors. Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.
Meanwhile, we know this can be a tough topic. If you are in a domestic violence situation or you know someone who is, there is help out there. Take a look at your screen right now. This is the Florida Domestic Violence Hotline. That number 1-800-500-1119. Again, that's 1-800-500-1119. You can also visit our website at abcactionnews.com/DV. There, we've posted that number, the 24/7 helpline, along with other resources.
Well, another rate hike from the Fed today after